In this lecture, we're going to talk about feeding for TCVM personalities. So this is where we're diving a little deeper into the whole TCVM thing. So our objectives are to understand each element type and to understand the typical imbalances with each element personality and foods that are going to benefit each element. So not only are we choosing our food ingredients based on energetics of cool, warm, or neutral, and our energies of food, including resolving phlegm, draining damp, moving stagnation, helping build chi. Now we're going to throw another layer on where we're going to look at the personality of the pet and then look at how we can help either reinforce and strengthen that personality or calm it down if it is in excess. So in our diagram, we see that there are 5 elements: fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. Each element has its own personality type. We'll discuss each one in detail, but each element affects the other elements. So the major ways that we're going to talk about in this lecture are how one element reinforces another or how one element calms another. So if we look at the outer circle and the black arrows going around, wood is the parent of fire. So wood feeds the fire. If we have a weak fire, we can feed food for the fire element, or we could feed its parent, the wood. So we could feed foods that are going to support a wood personality or a fire personality, and we will strengthen the fire element either way. So fire feeds the earth, earth feeds metal, metal feeds water, and water feeds wood. In the inner circle, where we have the star diagram, this is the controlling cycle. So wood controls the earth. If we have an excess in the earth element, we can feed the wood element and it will dam up the earth or hold it back a little bit. We also could feed metal because metal is the child of earth, so metal would help drain the earth. When we look at fire, fire is going to help restrain metal. Metal restrains wood. Think of the axe chopping down the tree. We talked about wood restrains earth. Earth restrains the water. So earth can dam up the water, and water puts out the fire. So as we talk about each element, we'll also talk about what we could feed to either reinforce that element or to help stop that element from being in excess. So we're going to start with the wood element. Wood element is green, it's springtime, it's new growth. The organs associated with the wood element are the liver and gallbladder. A lot of black and tan, tricolor, or brown-coated animals will fall into the wood element. When we look at the coat colors, don't take those as 100% because they're not always. But for instance, if we think of Rottweilers, black tan Dobermans, black and tan Dachshunds, a lot of times they fall into the wood element. These generally tend to be more yang. So that's going to be the male, energy, daylight, high. They tend to be more dominant. They're confident. They're competitive. They make great hunters, great athletes, and great guard animals. So that's why we see so many shepherds and Rotties and Dobies used for things like Schutzen work or guard work. These guys can be a little impatient and will bite you without a whole lot of provocation. Some of my worst bites in practice were from wood element animals. And these are the ones that don't give you a whole lot of warning. You might hear a little growl, but if you're not paying attention, a lot of times these are the ones who say, I talk with my hands, and they don't like when you wave your hands around. They think that is a little bit provocative. So you got to be a little more careful with these that are wood elements. They tend to be the more alpha in the pack. The wood element opens to the eyes. So when we see eye problems, conjunctivitis, uveitis, anything going on with the eyes, we want to look at the wood element, so the liver, gallbladder, meridians, and say, what might be going on there? When we see elevated liver enzymes, a lot of time we'll have red eyes that go along with that. And the wood element is responsible for healthy tendons and ligaments. So, for instance, cruciate ligament ruptures, very commonly we have liver blood deficiency associated with those. So very critical for these animals that we keep things in balance. The liver detoxifies and filters, and it can be damaged by a lot of different things. So pesticides for sure, pesticides that are used on our lawn, pesticides that we are putting on and in our pets. Medications can damage the liver because it has to process them, particularly when we look at things like anti-seizure medications. A lot of times the animals need to develop the cytochrome P450 enzyme processing ability in the liver with new medications. And so, for instance, with phenobarb, it takes about 3 weeks where they're really lethargic, they're drinking and urinating a lot, and that's their liver learning how to process it, and then those symptoms will decrease with time. But just remember that that is taxing the liver. Toxic foods, we've talked about aflatoxins, mold toxins, those sorts of things being really, really hard for the liver to deal with. Frustration and lack of work. This is huge. These are wood personalities need a job. They are working dogs. And if they are not given a job, we get what we call liver qi stagnation. We talked about that a little bit way back in the stagnation module. So we need to be very careful with these animals. If we're starting to see them lashing out or being frustrated, that we need to drain that liver qi stagnation, get it moving for them. So common patterns that we see in imbalance of the wood element are the liver qi stagnation and then that liver blood deficiency that I talked about. So disorders that we see associated from a traditional standpoint, seizures. Seizures with these animals may be more common in spring due to what we call internal wind. Think of wind as the shaking of the leaves on the trees, and a seizure is the shaking of the animal. We see allergies associated with disorders here, liver and gallbladder disease certainly, and hepatitis, anal sac disease, and ear infections because gallbladder meridian damp heat. The gallbladder meridian starts around the eyes, zigzags back and forth around the ears, goes through the armpits, the groin, and down the back legs. So it is very common to see anal gland problems and ear problems because of where that meridian runs. So when we see lichenification and hyperpigmentation, so that is that thick, black, greasy, elephant-like skin that we get in the armpits and in the groin area, that has to do with this element. We get aggression when these animals have liver qi stagnation because they're frustrated, they're lashing out, they've got all this energy that's rising up and affecting their brain. If we have a liver blood deficiency, we'll see those cracked, brittle, broken nails, tendon and ligament tears, and then any disorder of the eyes, whether it's glaucoma, conjunctivitis, dry eye, we need to be looking at what is going on in that liver element. So dry eye is going to be a liver blood deficiency. Conjunctivitis might be that liver qi stagnation, heat that is basically emanating from the liver. So foods that are recommended to support the wood element, we know that like treats like, so liver can be very helpful in small amounts to help deal with liver problems, particularly if it's a liver blood deficiency, then feeding liver can be really, really helpful. Dark leafy greens, very important. So remember the color of wood is green. So dark leafy greens are going to be great blood tonics for that liver blood deficiency. Things like dandelion greens, mustard greens, which are more bitter, are going to help with liver qi stagnation, getting things moving. Barley, if you're going to use a grain, that one is very good. It's a blood tonic for the liver, yin and blood deficiency, but it's also a little bit draining if we have the liver qi stagnation. Carrots, great for moving stagnation. Asparagus, mushrooms, again, yin and blood tonic, and great for anorexia, GI issues associated with imbalance in the wood element. Citrus fruits and peels, so a little lemon zest, tangerine zest, those are really good if we have liver qi stagnation. Chlorella and spirulina are very dark green and very, very good supplements to support the wood element. Eggs, particularly for liver blood deficiency, are really good. And then foods that are high in lycopene and lutein, these are going to be our red and orange things. So carrots, tomatoes, watermelon, red pepper, asparagus, red cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, summer squash, dark leafy greens, again, are going to be really helpful because we're also supporting eye health. And when you talk about supplements for eye health, they almost always have lycopene and lutein in them. Herbs and foods that can help drain the liver and resolve that liver qi stagnation include ginger, garlic, corn silk, hawthorn, dandelion root, turnip, and daikon radish. So these can be grated in small amounts. Throw a teaspoon in your recipe that you're making and can be really good to help get things moving and resolve that stagnation that might be causing the aggression or the lashing out.